Becky. I am back with another process video. Right here I am showing you this hand stitching I did on the large words of this pattern paper. This is a paper out of the pink Paislee's Take Me Away 12 by 12 paper pad. On this collection I did opt to get the paper pad instead of single sheets, and it worked out lovely. So I just showed you I had stitched around all those large words, and I just took a couple evenings every night and sit out in the living room and hand stitch those. So right here I'm going to go ahead and get out some Nuvo crystal drops, and the color I'm using is Bubblegum Blush. Now I filled all the hearts in with this color of those Nuvo crystal drops, and what happened was when I came back the next day after they were dried, several of my hearts were cracked. I have not seen this before. I've used Ranger enamel dots before, or enamel, I think it is called enamel dots, but they're enamels I've used over an larger area, and they have not cracked. That Faber-Castell texture gems I've used over large areas, and they have not cracked, but for some reason this cracked. So it does not have a beautiful effect. I kept it that way, and you know, we're just going to go ahead and roll with it because it's already done. But if you're going to use these over a larger area to like fill in a shape, just be forewarned. I don't know how to prevent that happening, but it does happen. So I went ahead and pulled out my watercolors that I had gotten at Michael's. This is the Artist Loft cheapy watercolors, are like $5 or something like that, and I'm going to paint in all those large words with that pink color, and I do dab up the excess with a baby wipe. I did not use gesso or anything like that for this. And even on the hearts, I go around those because I had stitched in white embroidery floss, so I wanted to kind of change the color of my thread to pink so it would be cohesive with the stitching around the words. So that is what I am doing here. So on this layout, you can see right there I used the back of a 12 by 12 piece of that Take Me Away paper pad that I didn't think I would use. It had all the buildings on it, and that I flipped it over and I'm using the white backside of that for my background. Right here I cut I'm a Survivor out of several different patterns that were on another piece of paper from that same paper pad. It was the one that had squares, so I used several different papers to make this title, and I also cut out the same title with white, and I just doubled them up on top of each other to make the title a little more dimensional. Now you can see at the top right, I did already put some journaling on there. I do have a 12 by 12 printer, and I just put a poem up there that I had taken off of the internet from an unknown writer. And this layout is about this is my best friend Becky, and I'm not really telling her story on this layout because it's not really my story to tell. I have talked about it in my project life before, but she is a breast cancer survivor. So the poem that I pulled off of the internet, and there is typos in here, which I can see that now, but I'm not going to go back and redo it. It says, we flash them, we smash them, we push them way up, we shake them, we stuff them in the wrong size cup. Our husbands all crave them, our children have drained them, some of us have even named them. We go through our lives and knock them about. One thing is certain, one thing I must shout. Our boobies have been there through thick and through thin, and life is too precious to let cancer win. The end. So that is the little poem I put on there. I just kind of made it a little lighthearted. So even though it's not really a laughing matter, but you know, she's with us and she is great, and she, you know, she's good. So I'm going to go ahead and put down that title right there. It says I'm a Survivor, and I am putting several pictures of her throughout her time when she was struggling with this on this layout. There is one photo I think was a little bit older, but that doesn't matter. Here is where that title is going to go. So right here are a bunch of flowers. I had fussy cut out of some of the pattern papers from the fancy, no, not fancy free, the Take Me Away paper pads. And I just have them in this little 4x6 iris case, and I keep it with the paper pad. And I am pulling out some different bits I think I might want to use on this layout. And that is what I am doing right here. I do use several flowers for this layout. And in the final photos, okay, when I took the photos, I went outside, it was a sunshiny day, and kind of tried to edit them on my phone. They don't look the best, and I need to come up with a better solution for taking the photos inside. So I just haven't really, I really haven't taken the time to work on that yet. So hopefully I will get that down. So I went ahead and started putting down the photos, and you will notice this one I'm putting down right here. In the final pictures, it is kind of crooked. Now I have corrected that. It is not like that now. I think it is that Tombow tape runner I was using. It's not the best. So I don't know if it didn't stick down that well because it was going over stitching or what the deal was, but it is fixed. So right here I'm going to go ahead and put those flowers around that I had fussy cut, and then I am going to pull out my beloved Faber-Castell Texture Gems in gold because I love those things so much. Okay, so I did have someone email me a question, and they were asking me why sometimes I will refer to things saying, and I'm using this, and I had gotten it in a D-stash, and it's because I buy a lot of things via D-stashes. I love D-stashes. It's like a big surprise. I almost need a personal shopper for scrapbooking supplies because I don't like to shop. I just don't. I know, take away my women card, whatever. I don't like to shop. So I just really enjoy D-stashes. It's a lot better than sitting online at Paper Issues or Scrapbook.com trying to figure out what it is you want to get. That's not enjoyable to me. To see a YouTube video and someone's having a D-stash and I'm like me, click, that's all I have to do. It's done. There's no searching around. They send me whatever they're going to send me, and that's great. So that is why I get a lot of stuff through D-stashes, because I love them. So right here I'm putting down some Heidi Swapp Color Shine in gold. I forgot the name, Color Shine. Some Heidi Swapp Color Shine in gold, and I am sprinkling that around the page. After I do that, did you see that? I got a little bit of gold on Becky's face. Sorry, Becky. So after I do that, I'm going to be done with the layout. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.